Hi, my name is Josh Harris. I'm from Jimbo's Personal Training and Fitness Center, and this is Barb Winning. And today I'm going to take Barb through a chest and back workout. So we're going to start with our rotator cuff warm-up to get everything nice and warmed up for the workout. Okay, so we're starting Barb with a rotator cuff warm-up. She's going to do external rotations where she starts from here to here, and that's going to warm this up all right in there. Go ahead. You're going to do 12 reps, Barb. And the reason I'm having her do this today is because we're doing chest exercises. I usually have my clients do rotator warm-ups on chest day and shoulder day because there's a lot of stress in that area from the presses, the overhead presses and chest presses. So she's going to do the other arm now. And when you're doing these, you want to feel the stretch right in that part of the shoulder there. Keep the elbow stabilized. And just stretch it out right there. And the goal of it is mainly to get everything warmed up. Okay, now she's going to go from here to here, right to there and back. And you want to stretch it back just slightly on that. So again, you're feeling the stretch right in this area, warming that area up. And you'll notice I have her using a very light dumbbell. I recommend like a 3 or a 5 pound dumbbell for these. Having rotator cuff problems is a very common thing amongst fitness enthusiasts, and doing these before chest and shoulder workouts can prevent that and prevent pain. And once you get yourself in a situation where the rotator cuff is hurting and causing you pain during the workout, it's one of those deals where it takes a while for the pain to go away and you have to rehab it. So an ounce of prevention is worth a lot in this case. Now Barb's doing shoulder circles, and this is once again to warm up that area. Okay, now bigger circles. Now she's going to go wider with bigger circles. Okay, so we're going to start out with the chest press movement now that everything's all warmed up in the rotator area. So Barb, you're going to bring your elbows down lower, right in there like that. She's going to press it. She's going to do 3 sets of 12 reps for this. And the reason I've got her elbows coming down slightly lower is to protect the shoulder and the rotator. She's focusing on her chest, squeezing the pectorals. You'll notice she's breathing out on the concentric portion of the movement, which is the press. And then she's inhaling in through her nose on the way back down on the eccentric portion of the movement, which is bringing the handles down. You also notice that she's working on a Cybex chest press machine. And when she starts with the presses, she's going to push it out with her feet up to her hands. She's going to transfer the weight to her feet so the handles don't pull her shoulders back in an awkward position that'll injure the rotator cuff or injure her shoulder girdle. Okay, so next we're going to do a pull movement for back. We're going to go from a chest to a back movement. And this workout is pretty much going to be a push-pull workout. So now Barb's doing a unilateral pull down, sitting sideways at the pull down station. You can see she's sideways on the machine. She's reaching overhead. She's getting a good stretch at the top, pulling apart the lat, and then she's pulling just down far enough to where the lat engages. And you can see Barb's pretty lean, and you can see her lat engage right there. There's no need to pull down really low. As soon as she gets to right about there, the lat's engaged, as you can see, and she's getting a contraction. So the muscle elongates, she pulls down, and it contracts upon itself. And for this, she's going to do 3 sets of 12 reps. Okay, so for our next 2 exercises, we're going to do an incline chest press and a standing hammer strength row, and we're going to get a little innovative with the chest press machine. We're going to use band resistance on a machine for this instead of weighted resistance. And what we may do is add weighted resistance on with the band resistance. So you can see I'm going to attach the band. I'm going to pull it on around the back of the machine here, all the way to the other side like this. Okay, so we're going to start with an incline chest press, and Barb's going to do these for time under tension. So she's going to do 3 to 4 seconds on the concentric portion of the movement, which is the press, and then she's going to do another 3 to 4 seconds on the eccentric portion of the movement, which is lowering the weight back down there. The band's going to stretch and it's going to get harder as she raises the weight because there'll be more tension with the band, and then it'll be about the total time that she does the set for rather than the amount of reps that she does. Okay, so I'm going to start her from the top. Here we go. She's going to go very slowly. She's going to bring her elbows down just a little more to protect the shoulder. Good, stretch the pecs apart. Now she's going to stop just before lockout so that the tension remains on the pecs. Very slowly, about 3 seconds on the way down, 3 seconds on the way up. She's going to do one more. And then what I'm going to have her do is I'm going to have her do 5 explosive movements at the end. Okay, so for the next move that she's with the chest press, she's going to do a standing row, standing on the chest press machine. So for this one, I'm going to add weight, so she'll have weighted resistance and band resistance, 2 different types of resistance on one move for this machine. Okay, so she's going to stand on the chest press machine, facing in. You notice her feet are hanging off the seat a little bit. That's so that she can get a longer range of motion with her arms because she's further back from it. She's going to stand upright with her chest stuck out, her back arched. You never want to let your back round on any of these movements, these rowing movements, or your shoulders to slump down. You want to keep a high chest, a flat back, and row inward, right in there. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and begin the exercise. 3 sets of 12 reps on this. So she's doing explosive movements on these, contracting. She's working the mid-back in this. And this is going to bring all that detail up in the upper back, in the middle of the back. As you can see on Barb, you can see the muscles contracting and flexing as she does these explosive contractions. Okay, so next up we're going to do a one-arm dumbbell row. And this is going to be an explosive, heavy movement. Barb's going to reach down and let the dumbbell pull her back apart. Then she's going to explode the weight up. And these movements are going to be explosive and ballistic. So she's going to be moving maximal weight. And, you know, her form, it's going to be like a controlled cheat. So her form will be good. Her chest will remain high. But she'll be exploding and getting her body into it a little bit so she can move a maximum amount of weight. She's going to do 3 sets of 12 each arm on this. Okay, so the next exercise Barb's going to do is a little favorite of mine that I have for finishing off the chest. I call them chest blasters. And what it's going to be is a fly, a chest fly, and a close grip press combo. And you can see she's going to be using a slight incline on the bench. And she's going to be doing a dumbbell fly, turning the pinkies in on the way up, supinating the wrist, and then going for 12 reps, and then going directly into a close grip press for 12 reps. So she'll do 12 and 12. This is a very advanced exercise, and you don't have to do it for 12 and 12. If you're at a lower level of fitness, you know, beginner, intermediate, you could do it 6 reps and 6 reps or 8 and 8, and just work to the level of fitness. And this is an isolation movement for chest. So far, all the moves we've done for chest have been pressing movements. Those are compound movements that are multi-joint movements that involve more than one muscle group. The fly is an isolation movement for chest where she's using chest only. Now we're going to go into the close grip press. She's going to do 12 reps here. 3, good. Okay, so to finish things off today, we're going to do an incline rope cable pullover. So Barb's sitting on an incline bench and she's doing a pullover. She's stretching the lats all the way back, stretch them, pull them apart. She's keeping her arms straight, pulling down, spreading out the rope. This exercise is going to work the chest and the back. So it's a great finisher for a chest back workout. It's working both muscle groups. It's a good stretch. And you'll notice at the bottom she's getting a good contraction in both, contracting the lats and flexing the chest. Okay, so to recap today's workout, we started with a rotator cuff warm-up to lubricate and warm up all the area of the shoulder girdle for the presses that were ahead. And we did compound movements for chest from different angles, from a flat angle and an incline angle, working the lower, mid, and upper chest. We did compound movements for back with rows. And then we also did isolation movements for both muscle groups with the flies for chest and the pullovers for back. So it's a complete chest and back workout, working both types of movements, different kinds of resistance. It should take around 30 to 60 minutes. Everything was done for 3 sets of 12. If you'd like to do an extra warm-up set at the beginning of each exercise to kind of get a feel for the movement and get the mind-muscle connection, that would be great. But mainly it's 3 sets of 12 throughout the exercise from one to the next. You can take about 30 seconds to 45 seconds rest intervals between sets. For more information on training with me, you can go to www.transformyoubyjosh.com or call 513-551-9579 to set up your free consultation today.